Super Mario Sunshine. It has been over 15 years since I last played Super Mario Sunshine. I do remember playing it a little when I had a GameCube, but I was more interested in Animal Crossing and Wind Waker. And looking back, I don't remember why I didn't enjoy playing this game as much as I enjoyed playing Mario 64. Then replaying it again has brought back all the memories to me. This has some great levels to look at, and at times fun to play, but that water pack gimmick is not fun to play. And it dragged down my enjoyment of the title. This is the second game in this 3-game pack of what they call the Mario 3D All-Stars collection. It was nice to see it come to the Switch, no matter how much I enjoyed it or not. People deserve to play it. No matter how many times Mario 64 was released to the 3DS or Virtual Console, Sunshine was always the one that seemed to be forgotten about. I could see the issues with it with the way the water nozzle was interacted with the world, and the fact that the GameCube controller had analog L and R buttons, and it would change the amount of flow of the water depending on how much you press the button down. And I actually have no idea why Nintendo stopped doing this in their system. I felt like it really could have enhanced the gameplay. Now the story is about Mario and crew coming to Delfino Island for a vacation, and Mario getting arrested almost immediately. The local authorities have some eyewitness testimony that he's been defacing the island with paint. He coincidentally finds a water pack that he can use to clean it up. I do have to wonder the insane coincidence in this. What if nothing had happened? He still would have found the water pack, so would he have just lugged that pack throughout the park? Are the people of this island cool with some tourists shooting out water like some asshole with a water gun? They have one of the most bullshit trials, where for some reason they needed to have the princess be his lawyer. They sentenced him to cleaning up the entire place. But the crazy part is that the real culprit, which is kind of like a weird, trippy version of Mario, shows up fairly quickly. And instead of the police realizing their mistake and saying sorry to him, they decide to just let Mario keep dishing out his punishment. It turns out Bowser Jr. is behind all of this, and he's upset that they took his mom, Princess Peach, away. Okay, getting past the fact that I don't even want to picture the birth of a turtle coming out of Peach, this was the official storyline of this game. Bowser Jr. is mad at Mario because he thinks Peach is his mom and he took her away. Spoiler, he really isn't. It was just stupid. Someone at Nintendo said, yeah, I have the perfect idea for a Mario storyline. And instead of telling him he's nuts and go submit it on a fan fiction forum, they went with it. It's just insane. The characters are voiced, which is both amazing and horrifying. It's great to hear all the voices you don't normally hear very often, like Princess Peach for one. However, you hear both Bowser Jr. and Bowser's voices. And they're not just grunty, they're actually speaking English. It's very disturbing. I don't know why, it just feels odd. And I'm glad they went back to Bowser speaking his own language in the next few games. The controls felt a bit loose. I never felt like I had full control of Mario, especially when I used moves in conjunction with the water nozzles. It didn't help that the camera wasn't great either. It would constantly get into bad positions, which would make me fall down a lot. You can move it when you want it, but on its own, it's not great. The water controls were a little too complicated for my taste, and probably the reason I didn't like them. It was easy enough to use a jetpack or rocket pack. However, when you want to spray it forward, you can hold down the RL button to do a straight spray, or hold down the R button and pick a direction with the left analog stick to move the water nozzle around. It was just so clunky to move and not intuitive at all. Also, as we're talking about the controls, whoever thought it was a good idea to set the map to the L button was surely a masochist. After what had to have been the 100th time of me accidentally hitting it, I just wanted to just scream! The levels themselves were beautiful. When you think about the level designs of Mario 64, the last game in the Mario series, this blows it out of the water. However, the levels were made to interact with the water nozzles, so that means you're going to need to master them before you can really enjoy them. That being said, the levels themselves were what kept me going. I enjoyed most of the challenges they gave us, except for the ones where you needed to use a water nozzle to attack the enemy in a very specific way. There were blue coins to find if you searched enough. It made the levels more replayable, and it kept the sense of adventure by having us explore. Sure, it was annoying to have to spray at a spot to get the coins, but it was usually something you could take your time on if you needed. There were times where you just lost the water pack, and it was just fun platforming, but it just kind of reminded me how much I didn't enjoy the water pack. And if the game was more like this, I think I would have enjoyed it more. That might be the reason I enjoyed Mario Galaxy so much. Spoiler for the next review. Super Mario Sunshine had some interesting level designs, wrapped up in an unfortunate gimmick. If the water nozzle was like a temporary add-on like the wing cap in Mario 64, and the levels were not reliant to the water pack, it could have been way better. I think think that's my main problem. All the Mario games have some kind of gimmick, but they've never gotten in the way of the enjoyment of the levels, and this one really did. Since it's a part of a pack of 2 other games, it would be silly of me to say you shouldn't try it. But if it was on its own, I would say just rent it. At the end of the day, it's a Mario game, and those games are much better than most 3D platformers on the market. This isn't a bad game though, just an average one at the end of the day. Every series has their missteps. Zelda has Zelda 2, Metroid has Other M, and Mario has this. So if you're thinking about buying this collection for this game alone, I think you should just rent it. Up next is my re-release of a much better game called Super Mario Galaxy, now with about 90% less Christmas references.